Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be a look at the Tokyo Game Show gameplay trailer where they announced the new East Asian map coming as one of the 3 base game maps, which will be the last one to be announced. We so far know of Riverbend Springs, the American map, Zelanka will be the European map, and Hutan Pantai, which I'm probably saying wrong, will be the East Asian map, which is awesome. So first off, I'm actually going to go ahead and just start off by letting the trailer play so you can enjoy it. If you've already seen it, skip ahead 1 minute and 30 seconds. It's about how long it is, but I'm going to let it play now for you.
Rated E for everyone.
All right, now that you've seen that, there's some pretty cool stuff. The map looks honestly more alive than any other map I've seen before. But anyhow, we're going to talk about it and we're going to get into everything that's been released and announced. And we have some screenshots as well as the trailer here as we're going to break down all of that. But if you guys have not pre-ordered the game, please do so down below in the description. There are links to pre-order the game that go to support the channel, or use code FarmerCop at checkout. If you're not sure if you want to pre-order or not yet, you can go watch a video I have linked down below in the description that talks about the different versions, the different advantages. If you do pre-order now, you do get the MacDon bonus pack as a pre-order special. But anyhow, let's go ahead and get into it. First, I'm actually going to read the blog post, and then after that, I'm going to just have the trailer playing on the screen for you, and then we're going to go kind of frame by frame on the trailer. Not quite frame by frame, but you get the idea. We're going to look into it. So the blog post says, Hutan Pantai, first look at the new East Asian map. We already took a tour of Riverbend Springs, but with rice, Asian-style farm machinery, and water buffalo already announced and introduced, you were probably waiting for the next farming destination to build your agricultural empire. Well then, Hutan Pantai, welcome to East Asia. Showcasing Farming Simulator 25 at the Tokyo Game Show, Japan's renowned video game show, will offer you a first glimpse at our second major farming environment in the game. Check out the trailer for the show, which you've already seen. First impressions, more coming soon. Until we're ready for a full-blown tour through Hutan Pantai in our upcoming map preview, enjoy a selection of first impressions below. There's more to show and tell, but there are still some buildings to be polished with a fresh coat of paint, roads to be swept, and cherry blossom trees to be planted. And then we have a lot of screenshots here. Cherry blossom trees, that's new, so that'll be kind of cool to see those. A little bit different look on the map. Then it says next time on the blog, and then there's the... and there's no information. It doesn't have anything. It just has a little guy shrugging the way they typed it out. Is kind of what they're going for. So we'll have to stay tuned and kind of see. And then they talk about pre-order, but we've already talked about that. So yes, let's go kind of frame by frame on the trailer here. So up on your screen, you'll see my mouse occasionally on here. I'm going to try to make this least invasive as possible. It's a little zoomed in, the trailer you guys are seeing, but I'll play it and the audio will hopefully not come through. Actually, you know what? I probably should have the audio come through for you guys. We'll let you guys hear it as well on there as we're going through. But let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer here. So it starts off.
Rated E for everyone.
All right, we get kind of a quick overview of the trailer here. Nothing terribly special there. So here, just to start off, we have a beautiful Asian-style construction on the right-hand side there with some nice lighting there. Love that. And we get the little, I'm going to butcher some of the names, some of these things, and I'll be able to guess brands and stuff like that. We get a nice little truck, which you've seen similar things like that, but it's cool to have that kind of confirmed there. We have that little truck there, little three-wheel truck coming. And then we see a cherry blossom tree there on the left-hand side as well, which is super cool. And we have a Kloss Harvester in the background. We get a better look at that later. That's the Evian, which has been in the fact sheets before. But let's continue. All right, everything's looking good. Now, we kind of have, I should go maybe back just a touch here. We get a look, let's go back a little bit further. Yeah, so we get a look at a port here, which I'm going to think we have more information on this soon, but we definitely have some screenshots to show you, but we kind of have like a big shipping port with a huge ship there, which we haven't seen something like that. It's titled the Fellowship, which is kind of funny. If we move on a little bit further, we have a nice look at a temple, which we know is a temple because it is one of the titles to one of the screenshots that I'm going to show you here in a bit, but it's kind of secluded and kind of dug down in the map a little bit. It looks like there's a lot of rocks around it. Really cool environment, honestly. Really cool to see that. Play a little bit further here. Here we get a nice kind of look at the town. We have kind of like a little gazebo there in the middle, and we have a little Iseki tractor driving with the Farm Tech trailer there. Nothing terribly special there. This is probably, again, I mentioned it before, we have our cherry blossom tree, or a few actually on the screenshot, or this look here. This is probably the most animated town with the most things going on in it that we've ever seen in a base game map. And you can see the sign on the right-hand side that's up towards the top says the Weedles on it instead of the Beatles. Super funny. But here, we got a really good look at, well, we get a little good look at the little truck driving around with 3 wheels there, and we get a really good look at the neon and how the animation is, and that looks really well done. It just looks super crisp, guys. Here we get a look at a Kubota tractor working, and this is like a mulcher of some kind on the back here, so we can probably confirm that mulching is going to be back in the game just because of this. I know it's been a question for some of you guys. We also got to look at the train, which I don't know if we actually saw the front of the train. Let's go back a little bit here. Back a little bit further. Just a touch. No, so we see the train cars as it transitions, but we don't have a better look at it. This is really cool. This is a very high up elevation, very difficult to get up there, it looks like. And there's a ton of detail there. So it just, honestly, just looks really cool. A lot of cool areas to explore, I think, on this map. Now here we take a look at some of the DeWolf equipment. Looks like they're harvesting, I think it's red beets. Yeah, I'm going to go with red beets based on that there. So we haven't had a look at that coming to the game yet, but we know red beets are coming. So we see a look at that being harvested with the DeWolf equipment. And we have a John Deere tractor that's pulling that for us. Much better look at it. A few different looks here. Now here we have a look at the pump flooding one of the rice fields, and we have a look at the little truck hauling a pallet of rice saplings, so that's cool to see. And then, of course, we've seen this before. We have the Iseki rice transplanter, which we've seen plenty of that. Now here, this is a big thing. A lot of you guys have been asking, well, we haven't seen forestry yet. Is there going to be forestry? Of course there's going to be forestry. We knew that before, but for those of you that wanted to take a look at forestry, we finally see some gameplay of it for the first time ever for Farming Simulator 25. So here's a look at some of that gameplay. Nice piece of equipment there. We have a look at a sawmill there. We buy and sell lumber, so there you go. Really cool lighthouse, really cool rain effects, really cool lighting. This port looks absolutely incredible. And it's very large. It's huge. This is probably one of the biggest ports we've ever seen in the game. Now, actually, I'm going to take it back just a notch. I know I should have stopped a little sooner. This is really cool here. Look just how cool that field looks. It's very sunk down into the map there. Now, they're harvesting rice there. That doesn't look like one of the placeable rice paddies. So I think that's one that's already built into the map, which makes sense. On the Asian map, there's probably going to be some built in. You can plant other crops in these if you'd like to. You just don't have to flood them. So that's very nice. They did release a 25-second video about rice. So the main difference between long grain rice and wet rice is how you plant it. The wet rice is planted, you flood the field, then you plant it, and then you later drain it and harvest it with, this is going to be a wet rice field here, by the way, just based on the harvester. And then the long grain rice, you plant it, then you flood the field, and then you harvest it using a regular combine harvester, whereas this one needs a specialized Iseki harvester there. So just a little bit of a breakdown of that. But beautiful field. We get a nice look at the inside of the Iseki, and this Iseki kind of harvesting doing its thing. Look at the roads on here. This is ridiculous. There is a ton of detail for one. Those roads are the steepest roads I think I've ever seen in Farming Simulator. Those are ridiculous, but they're super cool. And here we get another look at the temple, which you can definitely see is really kind of sunk down into this little area, but very serene. Lots of little water features. A waterfall off to the right-hand side there. We keep playing. We have a look at the Evian 450. Harvesting out there. Not sure what it's harvesting. Looks like just some sort of grain crop. Nothing special there. Here we get a look at the Kubota working, which we assumed Kubota would be coming. I don't know if it's been confirmed. I think it's been confirmed. But regardless, we have it officially confirmed again if it hasn't before. Doing some work with the All But here. Well, it looks like it's hauling TMR as well. And I think that those regular cows. I think those are regular cows that we just saw getting the TMR. But let's back up a little bit. Yeah, I think those are regular cows, not water buffalo. I was curious to see if we could see really cool cliff face as well in the background there. But I was curious to see if we could see what the water buffalo would be fed. If we move forward just a touch, we get another look at the goats, which is super cool. We haven't gotten a lot of information about the goats, but we get a nice look at them here, which is super cool. Then we're back to some regular cows there. I believe those are all regular cows there. Now, that was really cool. If we just back it up just a touch, I know I'm really picking this apart. That is a really interactive city. It says, your cow is stuck on the road again. Call us, we move your cow. That's hilarious. Love the sign. And tons of cool just neon and lighting. It just feels like a very alive city. You can see the port off to the left-hand side in the background. It's just a really cool setup. So curious to see how it's all laid out, to be honest. More looks at the city through there. Just looks beautiful. And then we have, of course, the pre-order screen, which closes out the trailer, which is super cool. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of these new screenshots. So yes, first up on your screen, we get a really good look here. Let me make sure I have this open correctly. All right, perfect. So we get a really good look at the town. We have a lot of the neon in there. You can see some soup shops and Bob's Records on the left-hand side. We get a look at a couple trucks here. That truck that's dead center or right there looks, I don't know what brand that truck is. Some of you guys will have some, I'm sure it's probably like a Japanese brand that hasn't been maybe officially announced yet. That's what I'm assuming with that truck. I'm gonna get a better look at the front of it in a later screenshot. And also too, these are all titled different things. This one is titled in the folder. The file name is Neon Sign. So in case you were wondering about that, that's what this one is titled. But really cool screenshot there. If we move forward to the next one, this one is titled Port, and we get a really good look at the port. The lighthouse there looks fantastic out there on its own little inlet. We get a huge boat there, a couple small ones off to the left. It's really cool. And we see the city in the background, a lot of mountains around there. So pretty cool to see all that. If we move on to the next one here, we have another look at this truck. This one is titled Mountain Village. So we have a look at the Mountain Village, which is some of those crazy roads we've seen. And these roads look absolutely insane to drive on. So maybe some better selling prices if you get up to these mountain roads and sell to people, but you know, we don't know. But really cool. But yeah, we get a good look at a truck up there, which is obviously being driven by a player. I don't think that's a AI truck at all. If we move on here, we get a photo of the temple at night, which is titled Temple Evening. That's why I assumed it was a temple. This is going to be clearly the same temple as we see before. So it's kind of tucked away here. And we know that the back side of it is the mountains that we saw in the trailer. And this is looking out the front of it. So, but it's still tucked away in kind of like a very nature-esque, very remote area, but still really cool to see that. The next look that we get here is titled Street. That's what this one is titled. So this one has a look at some trucks. That truck is there again. We also see the little three-wheeled guy there up front, but that truck is there again. Not that cement truck. The cement truck is clearly AI, or one of the AI traffic. But that other truck is part of it. And I think that since it's in every screenshot, I think it's being hinted as coming to the game. Again, I don't know the brand. It's not announced specifically. Some of you guys will probably know exactly what it is. I'm not a truck expert, so check the comments for what people are thinking about that. And now the next one up here is Harvester is what it's titled. And very clearly it's someone harvesting here with a old Massey Ferguson. This is an old school harvester. We have not seen this in the base game before. So it looks like they're starting to get a little bit more older equipment for us, which is really cool to see. So that thing looks absolutely fantastic. And it's cool to see an older piece of equipment come to the game. And then moving on here, the next one we have is the final one. It's the Rice Harvester City. And here we have the city in the background. We have the Iseki rice harvester doing the wet rice there, harvesting that and putting it into the back of that truck again. Now I've zoomed in to try to get a look at that logo, but I cannot discern it at all. It might just be a lizard truck, but I don't think so. I don't think they would have teased a lizard truck this much in the game. But still very cool to see that we have that coming to us. But anyhow, guys, that's the information I have. Let me know what you guys think about the new Asia map down below in the comments. If you guys enjoyed this video, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.